Hi guys, welcome back to Totally Magic. Glad to have your company. I'm going to show you a trick with a regular deck of cards, and what I like to do is to give you a choice. You see, throughout life everything is about choice. We make a choice of the type of career that we want, the type of car we want to buy. We even make a choice when we go to McDonald's. What sort of burger do I have, a cheeseburger or a hamburger? But we make more than one choice. Today, you're going to make multiple choices using a deck of cards. You see, the cards have been shuffled by me, but I want you to make a choice of where to cut those cards to begin dealing. So the spectator will cut and complete the cut. You see, when you make multiple choices, it leads to one thing, a conclusion. Can you pick up those cards? The spectator will grab the cards and you ask them to deal cards onto the table one by one. Now your next choice will be where you're going to stop dealing. So they deal the cards down and they can stop anywhere. They stop here. That is a choice, your choice. But now you've got another choice. You see, do you choose the card you're about to deal or the one you've just dealt? Your choice. This one here that you've just dealt, turn it face up and put it on the table. There it is there. The 10 of hearts, the red 10, but you could have had any card you liked from the shuffled pack. Now, if we take these cards, and I'm going to give these a shuffle. But as I do so, I want you to put your chosen card back in the pack, but your choice as to where it goes. So if I shuffle the cards, just call stop, stop here. Place your card face down in that position. It's your choice, remember. And what we'll do is we'll carry on shuffling the pack. The choice you've made here, you could have chosen anywhere to stop. Here, you've placed your red 10 next to this card here. You could have placed it next to this one, or one of these. You had a choice. Throughout this whole routine, you've made multiple choices. And that leads to the conclusion. The conclusion is the red 10 you place next to the red 10. And that is a perfect choice. So here is the tutorial for this particular card effect. It's very simple, so no complicated moves or trick decks required. This is a regular deck of cards. And I think this is a great trick to start with because you can go on and use the deck for other tricks once you've performed this. So why do I say it makes a good starter? Well, as you may have already guessed, it does require a setup, but it's a simple one. If I spread the cards, you should spot what the setup is. Look closely. You'll notice all the cards are in pairs. We've got a pair of aces, a pair of red queens, black tens. We got two black jacks, two twos, two fours, two nines. The whole pack has been paired. That's the only setup you need. Now, all you have to do is you can start by doing some false shuffles or cuts. It doesn't really matter, but the bottom line is that you can do a cut because you're not going to disturb the order of those pairs of cards. If you want, you can show the cards briefly just by flicking through them to show that they are regular. You probably don't want to spread them because someone may notice the pairs of cards. Once you've introduced those, they get a choice of cutting anywhere to start dealing. They then deal the cards down like this. That's straightforward. When they stop, you give them a choice. Do you want this one or this one? Let's say they pick this one. You get them to turn it face up onto the table. You take the top half of the cards from them, and in doing so, watch what I do here. I push my thumb here because I need to look at the top card. I need to get a glimpse. Now, please, if you've got a better way of doing this, then fine. But I find that in them handing the cards to me, I push that towards them and they are naturally going. In that little bit of misdirection, I just bring my hand back and just get a quick glimpse. That's all I need. What am I looking for here? Well, this top card, I'm checking to see if it's the other jack. Remember, they're in pairs. So I've just noticed that this is the other jack here. And that's perfect because that's the position you need to be in. Okay. Now, what happens if when they deal the pack, they stop here and they decide to go for this one? When they turn this over, it's the black jack. I will take the cards from them, get a quick glimpse. I can see this is a black ace. So I know that the pair of this is this one here. Now, the great thing about it, there's no complicated moves. All I do is I grab the cards they just dealt and drop them on top. It's that simple. Remember, you're always trying to get the duplicate colour and value card on top of the pack. Why? Because I've got to control this to end up next to this. Now, some people will do what's called a Hindu shuffle, where they pull cards out this way. Yeah, and if you're not familiar with that, you turn the pack face up. Remember, the duplicate card is at the back, and you pull a whole chunk of the bottom cards like this, and with these fingers here you pull off little clumps of cards like that, but all the time you've got that black jack at the bottom there. So when someone says stop and they put their card face down, you just drop this on top. You've now placed the other jack next to their jack. Okay, so you can do it that way if you like. I know some of you have got much better skills than me. In the routine, I prefer to turn the pack face up. There's the other jack there. And I begin to shuffle. Now, this does two things. One, it mixes the cards up. Because they only see a couple of faces at a time, they won't see the duplicates. So as you're shuffling quickly, they're not going to see those, but always keep this card on the back. Now, what happens is I tell them to call stop. Let's say they say stop here. All that I get them to do is to place this face down. Now, I've got to drop this packet on top, and as soon as I do that, I pull off some of the cards and carry on shuffling. As I said, I'm sure some of you are much better at handing cards than me, and you'll make a better job of that. But I get away with it, and I'm happy with that. So we've now placed it next to it. You turn the whole pack over, you spread them. The card will always be the one below their card. So you push these out. You then mess these up and say you could have stopped here, here or here. And you can casually show these, and then you get that perfect match. How simple is that? Simple and direct, but I do think it's an impressive little card trick. And of course, what you can do now is give these a proper shuffling to disturb all of the pairs. Give them some more shuffles, put these in, and you're good to go for your next card trick. So it's a great little opener. Hope you enjoyed that one. Till next time, don't forget, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, all the usual stuff to help us out. But otherwise, take care. See you next time.